Good morning, students. Myself Bharti Golwani from Department of EFM. Today we are going to discuss the topic investment objectives. When we are studying the investment management, we always think why we invest. We all have savings that we have kept it in our lockers, at our homes, in our saving accounts. But why we think to invest that savings? The objective behind these investment is divided into two categories, that is the main objectives and the subsidiary objectives. When we talk about the main objectives, that is the return and risk, and when we talk about the subsidiary objectives, that is the liquidity, hedge against the inflation, and the safety. We'll discuss these terms one by one. We all invest to have the return on that investment. Like, I have a target to earn the return of 7%, 8%, 10%, whatever. Accordingly, I will invest to get that return. Suppose I'm investing in a FD and I know that 5.5% is the rate of return. If I'm investing in PPF, I know the return is 8.5%. So I have target to, I have objective to earn that return. That's why I'm investing. Next is risk. To cope up the risk we invest, I have I know there are certain things which are uncertain, like some mishappening can happen, the earning member can face some difficulty, there can be accident, there can be any any risk you can think which is uncertain that we were not thinking of, but that happens. That is basically risk. To cope up that risk, we invest so that at that moment we don't face any financial problems. Next is the subsidiary objectives. The subsidiary objectives is one is liquidity. We are investing in those assets in which we get our investment amount easily liquidable. Means that can be converted into cash at any point of time whenever it is required to us. Next is to beat the inflation. We all know that if we are doing the savings, mere savings will not lead to any goal, because suppose I am investing, I am saving that I to buy a car. I know the cost of car today is 10 lakh, which I dream to buy. But at some moment, I start saving for that 10 lakhs, and I accumulate that 10 lakhs amount in the next 4 years. But when I after 4 years when I go to the market to buy that car, the cost of that car is around 14 lakhs. So that is the inflation. The 10 lakh car has costing after 4 years 14 lakhs. So I have to invest accordingly that my 10 lakhs also becomes more than 14 lakhs, so that I will able to buy that car after 4 years. So that is the inflation. And if I keep that 10 lakhs in the savings account or in my locker or at my home safe, that will become only the 10 lakh. It means I am degrading the value of my money. Next is the safety. To safeguard our savings, we also invest. So behind investment, we look after the safety measure also. Next is the importance or the need of investment decision. Why we want to invest, what are the need, or we can say what are the importance of the investment decision. First is the longer life expectancy. Today, suppose I am 35 years old, and I know that life expectancy in India is around 75 years. So I will survive till 75 years, and I know that my earning will be till 60 years. After 60 years, I'll get retire. So to cope up till 75 years, I don't want to be dependent on anybody. I want to save. I want to invest my savings so that till the 75 years I can meet my expenses. easily. I will not be dependent on anybody. Next is the increasing rate of taxation. We all know that tax rates are increasing and we have to pay out of our incomes. So government is giving us the option that if we save in certain instruments, we can save tax up to 1,50,000. So I have an option of PPF. We will study those tax saving schemes later on, but we know that there are certain investments are done just to save the tax. That is PPF, Sukanya Samriddhi account, or life insurance, or any kind of insurance. So that is the for to save the tax. Next is the increasing rates, interest rate, that we we save because we want to earn that interest rate. So if I have 100 rupees in my locker since last 10 years, that is only the 100 rupees. But if I have kept that 100 rupees in the bank or in the FD, that 100 rupees have become the 250 right now. So 150 increment हुआ because I invested because of the interest rate. But अगर मैंने कहीं invest नहीं किया तो that is only the 100 rupees. Next is the inflation. We discussed in the objectives also, to meet the inflation we are investing. हम इन्वेस्ट क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमको जो गोल अचीव करना है उसकी कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी, तो जो सेविंग्स हम कर रहे हैं उससे हमारी बात बनेगी नहीं. हमको उतना पैसा चाहिए जितने में हम अपना वो गोल अचीव कर सकें. तो उस इन्फ्लेशन को मीट आउट करने के लिए वी आर डूइंग द इन्वेस्टमेंट so that we get the good returns. Our savings can hedge that inflation rate. Next is the income. Few people invest because of the income, like somebody is investing in the monthly interest rate income scheme, MIS, or dividend option. It means they want the regular income. Few people don't have regular earning, they are not getting the salaries, like there are a lot of retired people who have amount which they received on their retirement, that is of the gratuity and the PPF and accumulated amount, the cumulative amount, and they keep that cumulative amount in the banks or in the post office schemes so that they can get the regular income to meet out their monthly expenses. Next is the investment channels. There are a lot of investment channels in which we can invest our savings and we can get the good returns to meet out our goals. So to regularize our savings also we do the investment. There are many options like the recurring deposit account, SIP, systematic investment plan, in which in the option in the monthly modes we invest small amount and that becomes the huge amount. Next is there are certain constraints on the investment decision. Means there are certain points which are considered while doing the investment, like investment, that is the income needs. While anybody is doing the investment, he invests as per the income. Like if somebody is requiring, I told just earlier that if somebody requires the income on the regular basis, if he is a retired person or he is not getting any monthly income in the way of salary or any other mode, then he will invest in the dividend option or the monthly income option. But if a person like me who is earning regularly, getting the salary, will not invest in the monthly mode. He will invest in the cumulative mode, because मुझे आज पैसे की ज़रूरत नहीं है, पर जब मैं 60 साल की हो जाऊंगी, 65 साल की जाऊंगी, तो मुझे पैसे की आवश्यकता होगी. Next is the liquidity. This is one of the point which is considered while doing the investment, ki whether the investment instrument I am selecting is liquidable or not, easily convertible to cash or not. So I select the investment option on the basis of liquidity. Suppose I have 2 lakh rupees to invest. I'll not put that 2 lakh rupees in the PPF account, because the PPF account maturity is after the 15 years. I'll not put that 2 lakh rupees in the Sukanya Samriddhi account, because I know that that is liquidable after 21 years. So I will distribute that 2 lakhs, the amount of which I don't need till the next 21 years I will invest in Sukanya Samriddhi. I don't need any amount till next 15 years. I'll invest in the PPF. But if I need certain amounts after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or any contingency, I will invest it then FD, mutual funds, any post office scheme. That is the way I will select. Next is the safety of principal. I will look after the my risk capacity, and as per my risk capacity, I'll check out that what is the safety of the principal. Accordingly, I will choose the option of the investment. Next is the time horizon. Time horizon is important while doing the investment, like for how much time I can keep that money in that particular investment option. That is, suppose I don't require any money for next 3 or 5 years, I go for the mutual fund. If I don't require the money for next 15 years, I'll go for the PPF. If I don't need the money for at least 21 years, I'll go for the Sukanya Samriddhi account. There are n number of options as per the time horizon. Next is the tax consideration. While doing the investment, one should understand the tax concepts also, that whether the income earned on that investment is taxable or not, in which tax slab I actually my income occurs in which tax slab. So accordingly, I will go for the investment. Next is the temperament. Temperament is very important, that whether I have a risk bearing capacity, whether I can uh, hold, or I am very risk averse. So accordingly I will select. That is the temperament. Suppose a few people have very low risk appetite, so they can't invest in the mutual fund or the share market. But if a person has a risk bearing capacity, he can go for these two options.